are probably going to see this. It's just a quick 101 for pole usage. Just giving some of our moves that work against board, against other pole, against whatever you need it for. Most of you, well, some of you know Odvarr. The other ones, Sir Odvarr, striking the Viking. He's gonna give some of his ones since he's used pole a lot more than I do. Give a couple of mine, and then we'll just kind of go from there, and hopefully it helps.
At the base of it, you're really looking no different than running shots with a sword. It's quadrants. It's dealing with quadrants. You know, you can fake high, come low, hit that pocket. Driving with my left hand, I'm right-handed, so I'm using my right hand to kind of steer the pole, right? But I'm using the force, you know, stabs. It's coming from that backhand, really just driving it in there. With a board, you know, obviously they got coverage, so stabbing is not as good unless you can get them to pull and kind of jam it right in that pocket, hit that hip. Where most of my success comes from is faking one area, hop, down, kind of, you know, strike down pretty hard. I don't know, one of the things I really go by is as long as you're controlling the pole, you shouldn't have too much to worry about hurting somebody, right? Because you're in control. You can't really control what they're doing, but the threat a lot of times is more than anything, right? Get them to pull away and come back around. Fake to that side, power down on the other side. Again, there's a lot of it that's back towards, you know, fakes and feigns with a board. You know, if I'm fighting sword and board, you know, Tyler's gonna get me to pull one way and then come over, right? Comes back, same thing. Try to get them to pull some way and come back around. You might be able to, if they pull their guard out far enough for that sword to blow up, boom. Then they're one armed, you can take your time. It's also the one time, like, he can do a lot more damage to me than I can him, right? So if he's a threat to charge, I'll pop, come back. You know, I got all day now, right? I don't have to play his game. I don't have to be close because I've got all this range.
Yeah, basically going up what he's going up there. Range is always your friend. Like, you can use that as a kind of frame of reference. All right, you know you can hit his sword arm just by getting to that portion of it. So if you see even that come out there, he can get that little spot there. So it's learning the range just the same as you learn your range with your sword. Like, all right, I know I'm in a good yellow range while he is in a good green range. He can hit me wherever he wants to. If my shield isn't there, there's nothing that he can't hit me with. Right? Take a step back. I'm in red range. He's in yellow range. He can still, well, technically, he can still, like, almost full green, depending on which foot's forward. So, like, this is where, like, we are the most, like, safe, but he's still got a lot more threat than I do. Right? So this is where you're gonna be. You're playing that same range of back and forth, but he can get out of your range a lot faster. If I'm taking one step forward, he can throw something and step out well before I can get one more step. Okay, like, he catches one thing, catches that, and I'm playing the game. If you're in a battle game with the armor, this is where there's a couple different styles that are gonna be good. His, you know, a little more in and out guerrilla fighting. Like, if that person has, you know, no leg armor or has leg armor, he'll still, you know, he'll throw the shots, but he'll be out well before. Like, okay, cool, he missed, but that's enough to stop me or hold me in my tracks. Or if it's enough to make me charge him down, he can still move faster just because of the armor and such, and so on and so forth.
Don't be afraid to push through that gear either. You're not gonna hurt him. Like, give them some good shots, you know. Power it down, make them fear you, make them not want to come in. It's the more range you can keep, and the more distance that they're afraid to cover, the better off you are, right? Because they just, you know, you throw some good shots, they might start to back up a little because you're doing that. Okay, cool, now it's my game, right? I can power through that sword, power through that shield, just lay some good smack down on, but don't also get too committed to where you can't run away, right? You want to play that so you can out if you really have to. The old wrath. Throw a shot, come back out.
Okay.
Because you're blocking your whole back with that shot.
Blocking the back, and if they try to run forward with it, they can accidentally take out their leg. You can go a little tap. But so, right. So see that side. So, same as swords and stuff, playing angles is also a very strong part. So like that hip, right? Going straight on the hip, unless I'm getting these weird curves, all right, changing the angle, trying to get in there, it's harder, right? So if I take this step over that way, right, I'm crossing over, that's gonna make this want to go up. So you can step in, you can still throw that sword side hip. You can come down, right? Come down, step, and shoot that as you're going, and then go into that retreat motion back here. So just the same as if you're fighting anyone who's sword and board, fighting anyone, taking out their attack point is the 100%, right? If you're wanting to fight the flanks, a lot of times that's the angles, right? You're getting to whatever side you want. You can hit that angle before they, oh, you get them in sight? Okay, cool, right? They come in there super easy. Or they see you like while you're circling that way. Okay, they want to follow around. Hop up, try to go up there. Anything that's turning your flank around is what's giving them the advantage, right? So the more you can get to that side, the more you can win the fight. Yeah. But yeah, biggest thing is just like a lot of our quadrants fighting there. This quadrant has just a lot of success because even if you miss the hip, you can just pop up the rest of the way. So like fire a full trick, pop up as you're coming back. If you snag an arm, cool. If you don't, it's also still right in the front of their face. They don't want to step forward, stabbing themselves in the face, and then you're back into another position. If they charge forward, they smack themselves in the face, that's on there. But then you're also just ready to slam down again, right? Those are my normal go-to if I'm flanking with it. But you'll hear every single one of the torches say, stab, 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 stab. If you're saying that, if you're just trying to hold them down there, you just keep stabbing. You said you were using a
Pool stick.
A pool stick method. You're doing that. Cool. Well, just aim for different spots. Like think of it, a Chinese spear. Wushu. Yeah.
Wushu.
I'm just twisting which way my wrist goes when I'm firing it. Change those angles, and you'll get used to, depending on where someone's standing, right? I can change my angle. My hand still stays the same way, but I'm getting up in that corner. That can be as easy as that, just to get in those angles. If you're trying to do a little more of that, or if you feel like you're falling back into it, you can build off of it and change those angles too. But don't be afraid. Well, don't go up here, but you know, like hit those swipes, scare them, pop up, pack up, manipulate their gear, whichever way. They'll get advantage from it, and you'll see what works on certain people. Some people may just have your number. Those are ones you want to fight more. So once you learn them, you can learn a lot of other people.
I think like you covered it good. Go back to your stabbing, right? I'm gonna drop it here just because. Kind of like how I said earlier. Notice how when Tyler's stabbing at me, go ahead. It's not gonna hurt me. Notice how his hand is driving it. His backhand, his left hand is driving it, and his front hand is kind of steering, right? Even though he may be with some of those corkscrews, using his backhand to, twist in position, this is still keeping it in a line, right? It's steering with it. So in that sense, it's a little bit of combo. They may even watch your backhand, not noticing that your front hand is kind of steering it, right? And that could cause you to get some more success that way because they're focusing on the wrong point. It's a little bit of smoke and mirrors in that sense.
See the shoulder go. The rest of it goes. Shoulder up.
Yep.
Feel like it's going to come back up this way.
I think that's a good start. I play around with some of that and then see what works for you, see what doesn't work for you, and send some messages back and maybe some critique, or see if you can get some video of you working against people out on the field. Send it back to us and we'll hand you out some critique.
Get some ditch fighting. There you go. Just make sure everyone's okay with it. With all of it, I guess. Or not.
Just remember, you're a pole, not a person at that point.
All right. Hopefully this helps. Like I said, any questions, feel free to reach out, either Danny or one of us. Okay?